Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This time again we're doing something different. We're going into Manchester and we're going to be looking at the bus station that used to exist underneath the Arndale Centre. So the Arndale Bus Station itself was open for less than 2 decades and closed in the most dramatic fashion 25 years ago. I will start off by saying that the images in this video have been provided by the Museum of Transport in Greater Manchester. It was dark, it was dingy, and it reeked of oil and diesel. The tiles on the walls were once described as vomit-coloured, and it wasn't a place to hang around after dark. However, if you're a Mancunian over the age of 40, the chances are that you'll remember the bus station under the Arndale well, and may even remember it fondly. The bus station itself was opened on September the 24th, 1979 as part of the £100 million construction of the Arndale shopping centre. It replaced several other smaller on-street stations in and around the city centre. The main entrance was on Cannon Street with a back door at Sude Hill. Now in the bus station itself there was a travel shop where passengers could buy the much-loved Clipper cards, which offered 10 journeys for the price of 9. Or Saver 7 weekly bus passes, as well as a newsagent owned and run by Greater Manchester Transport. Now, despite its appearance, it was a big improvement on what had gone before. It was very much ahead of its time. However, some people do say that if the bus was at 11 p.m, you got there at 5 as it wasn't the place to hang around after dark. There were lots of dark corners, it smelled of diesel and oil, it had brown and yellow tiling like the rest of the Arndale, and it was lit by sodium lights, so everything had this yellow tinge. Though, as earlier mentioned in this video, it was much better than what had come before, which was basically a lot of horrible little leaking bus shelters on Cannon Street. It had facilities, and most importantly, it was dry. Now, the station itself became one of Manchester's busiest, reportedly handling 30,000 passengers and 1,500 bus journeys per day by 1991. But it was unpopular with the public, especially women. In a 1996 study of Manchester and Sheffield, A Tale of Two Cities, the authors wrote female passengers found the station's interior gloomy and threatening and described it as one of the city centre's landscapes of fear. By the early 90s, if not sooner, the station had become outdated, and the practice of forcing passengers to walk across traffic and between buses to find their stop would certainly be frowned upon today. Now, for it to continue in use, it would have required a very costly refurbishment. But as many will know, its fate was eventually decided in the most dramatic fashion. The Arndale was one of dozens of buildings badly damaged by an IRA bomb which exploded just a few yards away on Corporation Street on June the 15th, 1996. The station never reopened. Cannon Street was wiped from the map in a huge reconstruction of the city centre that followed. Eventually it was replaced by Sude Hill Station, which, with its floor-to-ceiling windows and lighting area design, is a world away from the underground gloom of its predecessor. Around the time it was built, Greater Manchester Transport invested a lot of money in bus stations around that time. They built Bury Interchange, Oldham and Wigan, and got their first proper bus stations as well. And for those of you who are curious about where Cannon Street was in relation to the Arndale Centre now, obviously the easiest way to explain it is where the new bit is with the glass roof. The street used to run all the way down there, and this will easily be recognisable in the last picture that will feature in this video. So I do hope you've enjoyed that look into the Arndale bus station. If you haven't, sorry. But I really hope you have done. If you have memories of the station itself, as always, please do put this in the comments below. It'd be nice to see a conversation get going in regards to it, because it does interest me with people's memories of things from a long time ago. So please do write. I will take notice of it. I will interact with it. I would also point out, as I say, I've already said where the photos have come from, but most of the research has been done through articles that were done by the Manchester Evening News. So I'm not going to take all credit for it myself. I'm going to credit them and also the Manchester Transport Museum. So until the next video, wherever that may be from or about, take care of yourselves. Thanks for listening and goodbye.